Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I've got an updated target price for you on NIO, and we're going to talk about BNGO and JAGX, two stocks that were up over 100% today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Scott Curry. I used to work as an analyst for Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 15 YouTubers. I then compile all of my analysis into a daily video that I post right here on this channel. I spend hours every day watching YouTube videos so that you don't have to. All you have to do is watch this one video each day and you'll get every single stock pick from the top 15 YouTubers. All I ask in return is that you hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. All right, before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I analyze are financial advisors either. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. Okay, let's get into it. Now, before we start talking about the individual stock picks, I just want to go over the market as a whole. Somebody asked me yesterday, hey Scott, why don't you cover what the market's doing? And the reason is because on this channel, we really don't care what the market's doing. We're looking for individual stocks that have the ability to go up regardless of what the market is doing. I mean, take a look at today. The market was down over 2% at one point, and it finished the day down over 1%. However, how did some of our stocks do? Well, NIO was up 9.75% today, continues to rise after hours. JAGX was up 118% today, and BNGO was up 133% today. So as you can see, it really doesn't matter what the stock market overall is doing. We're looking for these stocks that will go up because they're great trades. Now, if you are the kind of person that invests in ETFs and you say, Scott, I don't want to pick individual stocks, I want to invest in ETFs. If you need some coverage in case the market goes down, then I recommend UVXY. UVXY is an ETF that goes up when the market goes down. As you can see today, it was up 12.96%, almost 13%, despite the fact that the market was down over 1%. Now, I do have a big warning with this particular stock. As you can see on the chart, and I'm going to put the weekly chart to really show this to you. So let's just go with the monthly. This stock is designed to go down over time. You can see it here. You can see it here. This stock is designed to go down. So when it comes to UVXY, the recommendation is that you do not hold this for more than 3 days. Some people say you should not even hold this for more than 24 hours. Personally, I think you'll be fine if you hold it for no more than 3 days. I bought UVXY last week. I sold it today when it went up because the market went down. It hedged me just like it was supposed to, and then I sold it. Reason being that it's just most likely going to go down tomorrow if the market goes up, and I believe it will. All right, now that we've talked about UVXY, let's get into today's stock picks. We're going to start with NIO since we are now up to 12 YouTubers that have discussed this stock. I have an updated price target for you. The new short-term price target on NIO is between $57 and $65 by the end of this week. Again, with NIO, you want to buy the hype and sell the news. The news on NIO is NIO Day coming up on January 9th. So if you're going to buy the hype, you buy today. In order to sell the news, you want to sell at the end of this week. When should you sell NIO? There's a little bit of different consensus on that. Some people say Friday. I personally will be selling on Thursday. Larry Jones says he's going to sell on Wednesday. This stock should get between $57 and $65 by the end of this week, so it still has about a 10 to 20% upside in the short term. Next week, we expect the stock to drop after NIO Day. A lot of people are going to look to buy this stock once it drops because we have a long-term price target on this stock of between $100 and $250 by the end of this year. It represents a 100 to 367% upside from its current stock price. All right, next up is JAGX. The price target on this stock in the short term is $5. This one is one of those buy the hype, sell the news stocks. The hype on this stock is that there's quite a few catalysts, but they're all rumors. Rumors include a possible SPAC merger, one of their drugs receiving emergency COVID approval, and positive results from some of their recent drug testing. Other than the rumors, we do know that insiders are buying the stock. Short-term price target on the stock is $5. Next up is BNGO. So what happened with BNGO? Well, Today, the stock exceeded $5, which brings it out of the penny stock range. At this price, institutional investors may start buying the stock. In addition, there's a lot of catalysts that are coming up starting on January 11th. Catalysts include reports on studies that they have been doing, possible FDA approval, word on whether or not ARK Invest will be buying them, and removal from possible delisting by NASDAQ. The downside with this stock is that there is a possible stock offering that will be announced next week, which will cause the stock to drop. In summary, it's too late to buy this stock in the short term. However, this is still a good long-term play. Nobody knows where the stock is going to go next. It could go to $10, it could go to $3. This stock already went way past the moon. This thing is on its way to Pluto. Look at this daily chart. That is insane. Up over 700% in the last 5 days. This stock has literally lost all grip on reality. Fundamentals are meaningless at this point. It is now in the speculative hype stage. Every single time a stock hits speculative hype, it goes way past any reasonable price and then falls hard and fast. No YouTubers are buying this stock. They are focused on other plays that are way more certain. Next up is AAL. No news on this one. However, we just want to say that this is still a good buy below $16. It has a buy under price of $15 with an ideal buy-in price of $12. Next up is APXT. This is a SPAC. It has been quiet for a while. It just made some new hires. No new news as of today. However, it is down another 1.13% today, which puts it under the buy under price of $15. So at this point, this is a good buy. Next up is BABA. All right, this is interesting. We have some weird news on BABA, and that is that the CEO, Jack Ma, has been reported missing. The new update on Alibaba is stay away from this stock. Jack Ma was probably arrested, and there's speculation that he may be jailed for years. On top of that, Alibaba might get delisted soon, and of course, we still have the monopoly inquiry coming from China. The fact is that this stock has got tons of negative factors for it. It's a terrible stock. Stay away from it. This thing could go to zero if the Chinese government decides to break it up and they decide to jail Jack Ma. On the flip side, if Jack Ma is released and the monopoly inquiry is dropped, then BABA could surge 30%. But if Jack Ma is convicted and jailed, BABA could be completely destroyed by the Chinese government. So stay away from the stock for a while. It's no longer a buy. It's just way too risky. Next up is BEEM. All I have to say about this stock is take profits. This stock went up way too fast. It is at all-time highs. Wait for this stock to drop and drop a lot, and then rebuy after we get a bottom, and it looks like it might start recovering. At this point, a bottom could be somewhere around 45. So just wait on this stock. It is up way too high, and you do not want to be buying the stock right now. Next up is BLNK. Blink is a competitor to SPE and ChargePoint. StockMo said that he's not worried about the recent drop. The stock continuously goes up and down, so it's a great swing play. Also, it's a great long-term hold considering where EV is going in the future. The only downside of the stock is that it has a net loss, and that net loss is growing, but new industries do require a lot of investment, so focus on revenue instead, which on this particular stock, revenue is increasing. Next up is CAN. CAN is a Bitcoin stock. I really don't have a lot of information on this stock other than the fact that if you want to get good Bitcoin coverage, this could be a good way to get Bitcoin coverage. Next up is going to be DBX. DBX is Dropbox. Chris Sane thinks that this stock could double in 2021. There's also the possibility that somebody could buy this stock, which could shoot the stock price up 30, 40, 50% in a single day. So this is a buy and hold with a lot of upside potential given the recent drop in price. Next up is going to be FIII. This is Forum Merger 3. It's another SPAC. Specifically, this is an EV SPAC. It is merging with Electric Last Mile. The new ticker symbol will be ELMS. This is a competitor to Workhorse. Currently, it's in Asia, but it is expanding to the USA soon with a new factory in Indiana. And rumor is that it might be selling delivery vehicles to Amazon. All right, let's talk about FUBO, FUBO. Now, FUBO is one that we mentioned yesterday. It went down another 13.43% today. This stock had very strong support at $25.55. However, it did break through that today. At this point, the next support is somewhere around $20. If it breaks through that, then our next support line is somewhere around $15. So this stock really has a lot of downside that could still happen with this particular stock. However, there's a lot of good things that we can talk about for FUBO. This company is real similar to Netflix, but it has live sports. It is gaining subscribers every single day, and it is very, very cheap right now. The problem is it just keeps continuing to drop. So technically we want to wait for the stock to wait for a bottom before we buy into it. However, it is a good buy price right now. Anything under $28 was a good buy price. The ideal buy price was $26, and we're all the way down to $24.24. So if you want to get into it now as a long-term play, you'll be just fine. Short term though, we are waiting for the stock to go down a little bit before we get into it. Here's another stock that is new on the list. This is GAXY. First of all, this is a penny stock. It is a true penny stock at 3.26 cents. It is very, very cheap. It's also very, very, very risky. God help the poor soul that bought this at 27 cents. Somebody misplaced a decimal when they bought this stock. Anyway, what is this company? This is a commercial educational e-learning hardware. Like I said, it's a very high-risk stock, but it also has a lot of upside potential. Revenue was up 89% year over year, and with stocks in new technologies, revenue is the number you want to watch. Newest product is a simple to set up COVID shield that can be installed on school desks. That product could significantly increase revenues as schools start to return to in-person learning. Their last quarter sales were higher than their sales for the entire previous year. And they have reported millions of dollars worth of new contracts over the past 3 months, which should cause excellent earnings when they report next, which should be near the beginning of February. So this has a ton of upside potential. This is clearly a company that has turned itself around, is growing once again. That's why a lot of people are starting to buy this stock. And I don't really have a price target on this or where to buy in. Basically, it's a great buy price now with some really good long-term potential. It's a penny stock though, so be very, very careful because these could drop very fast. Next up is HUTMF. This stock is a Bitcoin mining company. That's why it's up today and continues to rise. Another stock to get into if you're looking for Bitcoin coverage. Next up is LI, Lee Motors. LI is in a downtrend right now. A lot of people are saying to buy NIO instead. However, it's also underrated. Charlie thinks this is underrated and extremely cheap. So if you do sell NIO on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, you might want to put your money into LI to keep your EV coverage. Next up is going to be MARA. This is another Bitcoin stock. Late last night and early this morning, everybody was saying, hey, buy the stock, buy the stock, buy the stock. And it was only up 5% today, while some of the other Bitcoin stocks were up 10% or more. People think that this is really the best stock to buy. Larry Jones was buying it. But the thing about Bitcoin is it can go down very, very fast. So if you do buy the stock, make sure you put a trailing stop loss on the stock just to keep yourself safe. If you're considering something like Riot, this is actually a better play because it's about half the price of Riot right now. Next up is MCAC. All right, MCAC is another SPAC. What's a little bit different about this stock is that most SPACs have a $10 bottom. This stock actually has a $10.20 redemption value. It doesn't really sound like a lot. However, the fact is that we're really not too far off, $10.20. So this stock is really cheap as far as SPACs go. The only real downside of the stock is that it's merging with Playboy. And a lot of people are turned off by this stock just for the fact that it's merging with Playboy, and a lot of people don't really want to get into, say, a pornography stock. But purely as a stock play, if you don't really care about who the company is, it's another SPAC. It could go up tremendously. And there's even some talk about Playboy getting into online sports betting as well. So this could be a really good stock in the future. Again, as with every SPAC, you want to buy the hype, sell the news. So buy the stock as it goes into the merger and sell before the merger. Next up is going to be MSTR. MSTR is another Bitcoin stock. The difference with this stock is that it is a storage company rather than a miner. So this stock could continue to go up even if Bitcoin goes down a little bit. So keep that in mind. Next one is NGA. NGA is another SPAC. It is an EV stock that is going to be merging with Lion Electric. Its new ticker symbol will be LEV. The merger is expected to occur in the first quarter of 2021. Remember to buy the hype, sell the news, which means sell this one before the merger. It rallied today on Lion Electric Amazon deal confirmation. Basically, Amazon has agreed to buy new electric vehicles from Lion Electric, and that's why the stock went up today. Next up is NNDM. NNDM has a stock that if you trade penny stocks, you are very familiar with this stock. The price target on the stock is $10 to $10.50 by the end of the week. It's down to $8.53, so about 20% upside for the stock on the week. The buy-in price is $9. The ideal buy-in price is $8, and we're there. So this is a great stock to buy now. There's a rumor that they might be working with Apple soon, and the best part about the stock is that it has enough cash to operate for the next 5 to 10 years. This is a great stock to buy now. And next up is going to be NVTA. NVTA is a genomics company. ARK Investments' Kathy Woods said this is the number 2 stock pick for 2021. The company is intentionally losing money right now in order to undercut its competitors in order to grow. This might be a good buy once it bottoms out because it is in a downward trend right now. Next up is ROKU, ROKU. ROKU is another stock that many people are familiar with. You've probably heard about the Roku stick, but what you probably don't know is that Roku builds the software for 1 out of every 3 TVs sold. They also have 43 million active users for their streaming service. And with this recent dip, this would be a great stock to buy soon. Just wait for this one to bottom out before you get into it. Next up is SBE Switchback Energy, which is merging with ChargePoint. It's another SPAC. This stock has a long-term play, and you want to buy this stock after the merger sell-off. I don't know where to buy this stock at because it continues to drop. However, once it is done dropping, you have a price target of this stock at $50. The buy-in price is $35. The ideal buy-in price is $32, but do wait for this to bottom out before you buy it. Next up is SQ, which is Square. This is ARK Investment, Kathy Wood's number 3 top stock pick for 2021. And what I did not know is that they own Cash App. If you use Cash App, if you're familiar with Cash App, that is the reason why this stock is up and continues to rise. It's at a good buy price right now. This stock has a buy-in price of $220, an ideal buy price of $210. We're pretty much there, so go ahead and buy the stock now at a long-term investment. Next up is TAUG. TAUG is a penny stock. It is TAOG Sciences. I have no idea how to pronounce that. We've got quite a few catalysts coming up. They do quite a few different things, including CBD-infused gum, nausea therapy, and COVID testing. They have invested in more R&D. They also developed quite a few new products in 2020, and sales from those products are included in their fiscal year report. The stock could go up. This is a really short-term play, though. Just hold through earnings and then sell. Next up is TSLA, Tesla. You've all heard about this stock. I don't have a whole lot to add other than to say that this is ARK Investment, Kathy Wood's number 1 stock pick for 2021. Her reason is their battery technology and their artificial intelligence expertise. If Tesla wins the race to have the very first fully autonomous vehicle, the stock will grow significantly. However, just keep in mind that NIO is also working on autonomous vehicles, and one of those 2 stocks, NIO or Tesla, will be first to the market. We just don't know who. We're waiting to find out. Next up is Tattooed Chef, TTCF. Tattooed Chef is a growing company. It was mentioned by both Charlie with Zip Trader and Chris Sane. This is slowly starting to become a hype stock. It has a buy-in price of $24, an ideal buy-in price of $22. We are there now, but I do not have a price target on this stock. Next up is Workhorse, WKHS. Workhorse just got an actual order for 6,320 electric vehicles from a Canadian transportation company called Pride Group. And we're still waiting for word on a possible order from UPS. The order they announced today is a great catalyst to turn the stock around and bring it back to all-time highs. If you notice, it was only up 8% today, and we have a lot of upside on this stock. The price target of this stock is $26 to $30. So this is a great stock to buy now. It had a buy-in price of $17 with an ideal buy-in price of $16. However, after today's confirmed order, I don't think it's going to get that low. So if you like the stock, go ahead and buy it now. And finally, we have XPEV. XPEV is a Chinese EV. EV stocks are down about 40% right now, so this is getting oversold, and it's starting to become a good buy. The buy under price is $39. The ideal buy-in price is $35, and the price target is $70. Even at this price, you still have a lot of upside. I don't know if it's going to get down to $39. It may not. It actually already did that, so it looks like it has bottomed out and it's starting to go back up. So if you like the stock, you can go ahead and buy it now. I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you want to get some free stock, sign up for Webull through my link in the description below. That will help you, and it also helps the channel out. And finally, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.